Well, good afternoon. Thank you so much for joining us right here on Science TV. We are here for the 1 p.m. news. My name is Chris Mololo. Our sign language interpreter is Irene Chebi-Watt. And these are the stories that we have for you from our newsrooms this hour. Let's begin. Health Cabinet Secretary Aden Duale has mandated comprehensive reforms across all national referral hospitals following the unacceptable systems failure at Kenyatta National Hospital that resulted in the brutal murder of patient Edward Maingi within a hospital ward. CS Duale, in a statement expressing deep condolences to Ndegwa's family, announced immediate measures to bolster security and accountability in the country's leading healthcare facilities. Among the key directives, visitors and individuals seeking to admit patients will now be required to present a national ID card and the patient's registration details at all entry points. The incident at KNH, which saw Edward Maingi reportedly killed by another patient inside a ward, has sparked widespread public outcry and intense scrutiny over security lapses in public hospitals. Investigations into the tragic event are ongoing, with the suspect already in custody, and new regulations which aim to prevent unauthorized access and enhancing the traceability of individuals within the hospital premises.
So we are going to introduce in all our referrals from today, number one, by making sure we have upscaled our CCTV coverage in all places and more so in sensitive areas. We'll ask every person, including the police, if you bring a patient to the emergency and casualty here and you have picked that Kenyan from the streets, your vehicle, your ID card, your name must remain with us. We must have some sort of traceability of the patients that come to our hospitals. It will never be again where you drop a patient and you go away. 443 long stay and abandoned patients. 211 of them are abandoned by their next of kin. And 232 have been discharged, but they are unable to leave our facilities, our all referral facilities, due to social or financial.
The management of Medihill Hospital has publicly stated that they have furnished investigators with all required information pertaining the ongoing allegation of illegal kidney trafficking. The hospital's assertion comes as a multi-agency task force continues its deep dive into claims of the coordinated transplant scheme involving illicit organ donations and suspicious financial transactions. The hospital has been under intense scrutiny following a series of reports, including a joint investigation by DW and other German media outlets, which exposed an alleged international network exploiting vulnerable Kenyans as organ donors for foreign recipients. In response to the mounting allegations, Health Cabinet Secretary Aden Duale previously ordered an immediate suspension of all organ transplant services, particularly kidney transplants, at Medihill Group of Hospitals.
They came with medical visas with the bilateral country foreign affairs and immigration department involvement. Now, Kenyan patients. Kenyan patients. Kenyan, they brought Kenyan donors. Kenyan Somalis, also they brought Somalis. Kenyan Somalis also brought Kenyan patient donors. Now, all these patients, when they came with their donors, we had their legal affidavit, each and every patient. Now, on 29th, dated April 2025, the Ministry of Health Committee letter asking the checklist under the leadership of our lead counsel, senior counsel, Mr. Katwak again.
Stephen Munyakho, the Kenyan national who spent 14 years on death row in Saudi Arabia for manslaughter, has arrived back home in Kenya, bringing an end to a prolonged diplomatic and family ordeal. Munyakho, who has adopted the name Abdulkareem, landed at the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport shortly before midnight on Monday, July 28th, to a warm welcome from family, friends, and government officials. His return marks a triumphant conclusion to years of tireless efforts by his family, the Kenyan government, and various organizations. He is released, confirmed by Foreign Affairs Principal Secretary Korir Sing'oei,
used all the capabilities of the state to try to mobilize resources towards the satisfaction of the demanded compensation. In the end, one of our pleas to the Muslim League was successful. And I really want to pay special tribute to the Muslim League for being able to honor that demand of $1 million, the results of which are that today we are receiving this proud son of our country, Stephen Munyakho, back home.
My presence here today is nothing short of a miracle. And I want to begin by thanking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for the gift of life. I want also to thank everyone who prayed for me, encouraged me, and contributed towards my freedom and return home. Some of you, I know, but the vast majority, in your tens of thousands, was simply touched by my misfortune of a total stranger. I'm grateful to Allah for this second chance that I have been granted. It's wonderful to be back home. I'm so saturated, and indeed, I need a rest.
Two members of parliament from the Nyanza region on Monday openly criticized the Orange Democratic Movement ODM Party Secretary General Edwin Sifuna, accusing him of overstepping his mandate and acting as a proxy for former Prime Minister Raila Odinga in discussions concerning a broad-based government. Alego Usonga Member of Parliament Samuel Atandi and Nyando Member of Parliament Jared Okello asserted that Raila Odinga, who also serves as the ODM party leader, directly signed the broad-based government document with President William Ruto in broad daylight, and therefore requires no intermediary to express his views on the matter. The lawmakers made their sentiments known during the official commissioning of a multi-million shillings complex funded by the Alego Usonga Constituency Development Fund at Boro Secondary School in Siaya.
I want to say here that our presence in this government is not by a mistake. There is no mistake about it. Our presence in government is by right, it's by decision. We made a decision to work with President Ruto, and that is why we are working with President Ruto. We are confident that we are working together with President Ruto to transform the economy of the country. The economy of the country was ruined by the previous regimes. The previous regimes borrowed excessively, and some of the monies that were borrowed by Uhuru were stolen. Auditor General Ouko told us that some money was stolen. Eurobond was stolen, about $1 billion was stolen. That is the truth. The records are there. These are the mistakes that happened in the past that we are trying to rectify together with President William Ruto. And therefore, we want people who stole yesterday to stop lecturing us. We are trying to correct their mistakes. Secondly, we are very, very confident that President William Ruto will run this government successfully and later on continue to serve his remaining 10 years.
Right Honorable Raila Odinga, together with the President William Samoei Ruto, signed an MOU that was going to govern our transactions with this government. In broad daylight, the President, in his wisdom, reached out to Right Honorable Raila Odinga for the sake of unity and tranquility in our country, a country that was teetering on the precipice of collapse.
To another story now, police constable Clincy Baraza, who was captured in a widely circulated video allegedly shooting masks vendor Boniface Karaoke, has been formally charged with murder. Baraza appeared before Justice Kanyi Kemondo and pleaded not guilty to the murder charge after being declared fit to stand trial. With that, we are going to take a short break right here on Science TV 1 p.m. news. When we come back, we still have one more update and the sports news. So don't go too far. We will be back in just a bit.